That's the thing, right? At the end of the day, I think everyone is asking the question, what is good content? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Right? Because, like, to some people, that's dumb, man. And to other people, it's a gig video. Like, we don't know. What is good content at the end of the day?
I think Darman is, I mean, you can't say it's bad. It's very well produced. It's just, I think it's just so absurd, and just the amount of views is so absurd.
Yeah.
So that's what's just kind of crazy.
Right.
I think it's just insane. The amount of views this man brings in.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, because he makes well produced content, and it's just like, it's just not correlational to like kind of like the views that we're seeing on this platform.
Like these videos are amazingly produced, but the story is just fucking bizarre. Like, and it's like a child wrote it. It's really strange because everything else is amazing.
Yeah.
Like these videos are shot better than like almost any other YouTube video. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've always found it fascinating, like, the kind of whole question of, like, what is, like, a successful video? What is, like, a good successful video, right? Because, like, you know, if you're talking about, like, okay, is good content one that has quality?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
then, like, how do you explain the fucking chonk chart video that has 10 million views, you know?
That's got quality.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about, Joey.
Right? But, like, on a traditional sense, it's not.
Well, it's like, you know, like Report of the Week, right? He just, it's like, in production quality, it's terrible.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
Like, but it's like, it's amazing because it's what made YouTube great.
And I feel that's like a big question that like a lot of people who are starting off YouTube ask, right? It's like, you know, like they go up to the YouTuber who's been on the platform for a while and being like, okay, so you're telling me that in order to be successful, I need to make good content. Explain that. What is good content?
Good content is anything that, you know, you've taken the time to consider every aspect of the content. You consider audio, you consider visuals. Like, you watch a Report of the Week video, yeah, the audio quality isn't professional, but you're like, you can hear it. It sounds good enough. It's not unpleasant. You can watch it. It's good enough. You know, he doesn't try and egregiously clickbait it. He doesn't chase trends. You know, I feel like bad content to me is someone who is just chasing trends for the sake of it.
Yeah. The
clickbait is just disgustingly egregious. They're making X thousands of dollars, never considered to upgrade equipment, you know, stuff like that. You know, if you're a full-time YouTuber and you're using like a USB mic, I'm just like, what? Bro, they're literally $100 and the audio quality difference is insane. Like, there's no excuse in my mind other than, oh, I don't want to learn. It's too complicated. It's not that difficult.
Yeah,
it's really not that difficult.
I normally notice that the people who do chase trends have like a set shelf life.
Yeah,
like, they will get massive amounts of views for like 1 or 2 years at most, and then
or you'll go to their channel. One video will have 1 million views. One will have 100K.
100K.
And it's like that's how you can tell. Like, that's a channel where you're like probably not making the most consistent stuff.
Yeah.
Or your content, you're clearly just, you know, appealing to a wider audience that doesn't so much care about you.
You're only as worth as much as your worst performing video.
Yeah,
like if a video that doesn't get in the algorithm, doesn't do well, but people still show up and watch it, that's how you can kind of tell, I guess.
That's your core fan.
Yeah, that's like what, you know, the people who really would turn up, you know, and that's what, if you can pull in, you know, X amount of views that is like a healthy amount on your worst performing video, that says a lot, I think. If you are pulling in 1 million views, then you pull in 50K, I think something's gone horribly wrong there. And you're doing something that's not healthy or sustainable.
Yeah.
And sure, you can keep chasing trend, but not
chasing Chen.
Demon Slayer.
But then that's also where you see YouTubers who start to do questionable things because they get so desperate for these views that they start doing these horrible video ideas. You know,
like actual, like, just clickbait.
You know, some real egregious stuff. You know, it's like where the prank channels, you know, you can look at this clear examples where they were chasing pranks so much that it became to the point where, okay,
it was no longer a prank.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they would do stuff like pranks in the hood, where these like white guys would just go and like slap
I've
like
seen
some black
them.
guys
They would just try. It was just like a try to get shot challenge or something like
that,
right?
It's like, what the fuck is this? And then they would also, it got to the point where every single prank channel was paying actors, and then there was like kissing pregnant women prank, and it's just like, this is just like, what is this? Like, this is so beyond clickbait now, where you have to get views, you have to go into such egregious territory, you know, and with the family channels where they would just put their fucking, here's my child's vasectomy for 10 million views. You know, it's like, what is this? This is not something that should be on
Child's
YouTube.
vasectomy.
This is, you know, you joke, right? But this is almost the extent of these fucking family channels.
so
would
much
go.
wrong with that
They
sentence.
would be like, oh yeah, today my children are going to fight to see who's the strongest. 10 million.
Last
views.
one to survive gets Burger King.
I joke, but some of these channels were doing such egregious stuff to their children that you may as well have put that up, for fuck's sake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like when you chase trends and you're the kind of person who is willing to put morals aside to get the views, is when you really see the worst side of YouTube come out.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying if you trace trends, you're going to be doing some horrible stuff on YouTube. But there's
a tasteful way of doing it.
There is an uncomfortable similarity to the people who start to chase trends, who sort of starting to get to the questionable area.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a spectrum of distastefulness, as I like to put it. And you can tell when someone's on it.
Yeah.
No, because like for me, like when I think about what kind of content I want to make or what good content is, I just think back to that I just think back to that like Seed in Bakuman or something, where it's just like I remember like the editor of Shonen Jump in that series said like doesn't matter what you make as long as it's interesting. Like that to me is like what sticks out in my mind whenever anyone thinks, you know, whatever the algorithm is, whatever video you want to make, it just has to be interesting to someone. Yeah, unfortunately. And
but we've seen the kind of like toxic content in traditional media, right? Like tabloids, right? It's like you're ruining someone's life to get content.
Yeah.
You know, it's
paparazzi.
it's a thing as old as time. If someone wants it, someone's consuming it, someone's going to make it.
Yep.
Whether it's good or bad or not is another question entirely. You know, like nobody respects TMZ.
Yeah.
But TMZ exists because it gets views. You know what I mean? And the same as on YouTube. You know, these channels are going to exist because people are going to watch them.
Yeah.
Naked yoga exists on YouTube. Should it? I don't know, but people are watching it.